And I thought this has got to be the record of the decade. I was so excited. I dashed out and bought it and bought everything that the lady's done since. That was, of course, a terrible version of Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush, and Kate's on the line. Hello, Kate.
Hello, Simon.
What did you think of that little rendition of Wuthering Heights?
You had the wrong key, actually.
Was it? What key should it have been?
A major.
A major.
I think A flat.
I think totally flat. Absolutely right. Anyway, Kate, good morning.
Good morning.
And thanks for having a chat with us. Brand new single, This Woman's Work, from the album.
Yes.
What's the inspiration behind that? Where does the song come from?
Well, I was asked to write this song by John Hughes, the American film director,
Right.
who just finished making a film of his called She's Having a Baby. And he had lots of material for the film generally, which is quite a light-hearted film, apart from one sequence where the film gets very heavy. And he's actually waiting for his wife in hospital, whose baby is in a breech position. And all through the sequence in the film, really, he's having to sit there with himself and his memories, and he's obviously in a lot of distress. And the song is very much from his point of view and exploring the sorrow that one feels when you're waiting for someone you care very much about. And that's what the song's saying.
There are very few songs about pregnancy. We played the 10,000 Maniacs single the other day, which is called Eat for Two. And when you were talking about that, I just remembered The Kick Inside, and
Yeah.
one of the tracks from your first album. Is it something that you consciously try to write about? Is it just like a recurring theme? Or?
Well, I think probably for all writers, Simon, there are key themes, and birth, life and death are, for all of us, three major events. You know, they're what life is all about. And I think birth is obviously a very symbolic thing as well as a real physical thing. And it was a real honour for me, really, to be asked to write this song for this piece of film. I'm not sure I would have written something like it otherwise.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, I think it works wonderfully. We'll play it in just a second.
Thank you.
I think actually it might have been, in the end, one of the last interviews that Roger Scott ever did for the Saturday sequence, when he was having a chat with you about your album.
Yes.
And he asked you the question, which I know you know I'm going to ask this, and everyone else does. And as he asked it, I went through a tunnel and I missed the answer. So I'll ask you now. On behalf of all the people who know I was about to speak to you, said you must ask her, when is she going to play live? We demand that we see Kate singing live, so I'm just asking on behalf of them.
Simon, I think we're going through another tunnel right here. I can't hear you very clearly.
Okay, well, I'll fax the message through. You're not getting off the hook with this. Are you going to play live, Kate?
Well,
please.
The thing is, Simon, I haven't toured for such a long time, and as I think I said to Roger,
Yeah.
I'm astounded at how I've got away with what I do, really. The fact that I'm not seen in public so much, and it takes me such a long time to make albums. I would love to tour again, but I've been so wrapped up in making albums, it just hasn't happened. And believe me, if I do decide to, everyone will know immediately.
So you're still thinking about it?
It means a tremendous amount to me that people still would like to see me live, but it's a combination of fear and commitment. And touring is something you really have to want to do. And I guess I just haven't hit that point again.
Okay. Well, when you do, there'll be a whole army of people waiting to see you.
Oh, thank you so much.
And,
thank you.
Gosh, I could carry on chatting like this for a while. But I better not. We'll play the record. This is the record of the week this week. Kate Bush and This Woman's Work. Kate, thank you very much.
Thank you, Simon.
I didn't want to say anything, but...
Hello, Kate.
Hello.
Right, so thanks for not telling me, anybody, and put some headphones on this lovely lady here. Kate Bush has just walked into the studio, and it's at this time when you think, right, okay, so when I was taking the mickey earlier, perhaps I shouldn't have bothered. Hello,
I
Kate.
thought I'd better pop in and make sure you didn't say anything too cheeky.
Well, I haven't said anything cheeky at all, have I? I mean, I've been very supportive.
I got here just in time, then.
Yes, you have. Well, now, how long has this taken, then, for this new thing to come along?
You mean the album?
Yes, the album.
Well, it's been a long time since the last one, but I suppose it's been about 2 years solid work on the album. So
This is an interview taken from the interviews you've never prepared, but are decidedly going to bust through. Now, the new single is called Rubber Band Girl. Tell us what this is all about, then.
Yep. Well, I suppose it's about someone who tries to resist going with the flow and finds that they can't really. It's the whole thing of just being as flexible as you can.
So what have rubber bands got to do with it, then?
Not much, really.
Good, well, let's play it then. Rubber Band Girl, new single from Kate Bush. Always nice to see you, Kate. New album from Kate Bush on the 4th of October. New single on the 6th of September. That's the Rubber Band Girl. And Kate just wanders in, just like the way she does quite often, just to get a cup of tea. And I have to put you on the spot about at least one thing, and that is the fact that you've only ever done one tour ever in the history of Kate Bush. Ever. So how about a Kate Bush new tour around the UK very soon, please?
No, I think it's extremely unlikely.
What is wrong? What is wrong? Why not? People want to... Because you did all those great dance routines and you had all the dance... Did something happen on that tour that made you think, right, I'm never going to do this again?
Well, it was really hard work, but I had a great time. I really enjoyed doing it. It's just more that I got into the whole thing of making studio albums and got engrossed in the whole thing of being locked away. So the more I didn't do it, the more I felt nervous about doing it and whatever. And actually, we were thinking about doing some shows to go with this album. But since then, there was this idea to make a short film to go with some of the songs on the album.
What, you mean like a video or something extra other than that?
Well, no, it was more the idea of like putting songs together in a story form. So rather than being like videos linked together, it's almost like a short film that has music in it that tells a story.
This is just a long way of saying I'm not going to tour ever again, is it?
Possibly not never again, but maybe it's like
not in this millennium.
One of these comets, yeah, once every 99 years.
Right, okay. Now, there's a lot of big names on the album playing. Who you got? That Ted Batter on there, are they? Bad Boys Inc.
There's some rather good guitarists on the album. There's some tracks where people have done some guest appearances. Eric Clapton played on one of the tracks.
Yeah, Eric
Clapton,
right? Yes, I've heard of him, yeah.
Plays beautiful guitar. And on another track we have Jeff Beck.
Yes.
So I was trying to go for the full set, really. This is the first part.
Anyone interesting playing drums, or is it just one of your old mates?
Well, very interesting, but yes, it is one of my old mates, the same guy that's been on all the albums.
Shall I do the story now about me writing to EMI in 1977 to get a poster of Kate, or would that be embarrassing if I did that?
Oh, humiliate yourself.
No, I'll do that a little later. Can you hang around just while we have a break for news, Kate? Thank you very much, because I'm going to do it anyway. Rubber Band Girl, new single from Kate Bush. It's 30 minutes past 8, and Peter has these stories.
3 teenagers appear in court in Liverpool.
From Orange Juice, and Kate Bush wandered into the studio, thus surprising at least me, if nobody else. And new album is going to be The Red Shoes, out in October. Who's Red Shoes? Anyone's Red Shoes in particular?
My Red Shoes, actually.
And what's the story behind that? Why name an album after a pair of shoes?
Well, why not?
I'm afraid you're going to have to come up with a better answer than that.
Well, there was a film by Michael Powell, one of our best film directors. I think it was probably made in the 40s, called The Red Shoes. And I was very lucky to meet him a couple of years ago before he died. I went to New York and met him there. And it was just one of those meetings that had a very profound effect on me. And I've been a big fan of his work for a long time. And I'm not really sure why, but one of the songs I was writing a few months later just ended up evolving into a similar story, which is about this pair of shoes that are possessed by dance. So whoever wears them...
could have been called a pair of Doc Martens, couldn't it? Or a pair of Timberlands.
Yes, it could.
Sadly not, though, because that's not a movie. That's The Red Shoes. Anyway, we're talking to Kate Bush, and fortunately, I think she's going to take part in the quiz in just a second.
The identity
We're a little
quiz.
late, but you know why?
You know I'm having a lovely day today. Oh, drat. It's got me.
It's another fantastic performance. None of these.
Beat it, Michael Jackson. I've been stung by Henry the Wasp.
Goody Two Shoes by Adam and the Ants.
0716374343818, but call now. Right, and let's get Kate Bush to choose a line then. Stop drinking your tea.
You're so demanding, Simon. I
Sorry.
can't believe it.
Any line you like.
Let me think. Line 1.
Hey, thanks. Hello, line 1.
Hello,
Hey, you've been chosen by Kate Bush. Well done. Who's that?
Mandy Kennedy.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
And where are you?
I'm in.
You're very fortunate to have Kate Bush's first live interview, taking part on this show the first time for about 200 years. Can't remember the last one. I can't remember it. More to the point, neither can Kate. What are you listening to? What gives you musical inspiration as we're going through the day then? Apart from 1FM, of course, always on.
Well, I don't listen to a lot of stuff, I suppose, because I spend such a lot of time making music.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Talk. I listen to their stuff a lot. I think
Haven't they split up?
Fantastic. I don't think so.
Don't think so.
I think they're making an album at the moment.
Oh, right, so perhaps I'm not employed for my pop knowledge, obviously.
not.
So the new album out on 4th of October, The Red Shoes, how does it compare with the others, then? One of those impossible questions.
It is an impossible question. I don't know, really. It's the most recent one.
Right, I'd worked that one out, actually. So what you're saying is, in comparison with the others, it's newer.
It's more recent, yes.
It's more recent.
Yes. It's not as old as some of the others.
Not as old. So, is there anything else, apart from the fact we haven't heard it before, that you can tell us?
No, not really.
No. Okay, well, thanks for coming in, Kate. That's been a really good thing. So look forward to The Red Shoes then, and the single Rubber Band Girl out on the 6th of September. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And thank you, EMI boys, for not telling me about it. That's great. Anyway, 8:28, yes, Diane.
All right, here we go with the latest travel picture across...